Mercs with mics, 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 Mercs with mics.
Mercs with motherfucking mics back at your asses again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Oh, that motherfucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You get a chance to check that out?
Oh, man. Look, midnight. Soon as it dropped.
You caught it as soon as the shit came out. As soon as it dropped, you caught
I
on.
wasn't fucking around. Cold. Look, it was almost like a feature-length film.
Yeah.
In 46 minutes. Right.
It was.
Go ahead.
I think COVID is going to change the way we view fucking movies. And I think it's going to benefit motherfuckers that dig Marvel movies.
Yes.
Because, you know, like what we saw with the Zack Snyder cut of Superman, all that fucking, I'm not Superman, but the Justice League.
Right.
It is a better fucking movie just because it was able to be 4 hours long.
Right.
And now that they're filming the Winter Soldier and Falcon and the Winter Soldier like this,
right.
I think, you know, out of what, 10 episodes or 8 episodes, you know, 45 minutes apiece. I mean, you're going to get a long ass fucking movie that's able to tell the story the way it needs to be told. And I think that's what they doing, man. They setting up something beautiful.
Yes. And you know what? You know, that's what happened with WandaVision. That's what happened with WandaVision. WandaVision was a bit slower, but with WandaVision, they brought the character full circle as far as Wanda Maximoff and you know, that whole Scarlet Witch background. You know, if you an 80s baby like us, you know, these shows weren't made in our era, but you saw what's that I can't think of her name. I Love Lucy. You saw I Love Lucy. You know, you grew up on Full House. What was Laverne and Shirley and all that shit. And if you watch the show, they jump through the decades as far as these shows go. But and they told a bigger story with it. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Go ahead.
I was about to ask you, man, how did WandaVision set up Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I don't think it was necessarily that it set up Falcon and Winter Soldier. What it did was it set up. It kind of pointed towards the mutants. It set up Photon, which was you know, pretty much Captain Marvel. If you watched Captain Marvel the movie, her best friend, the pilot, her daughter has a big role to play in there. Mm-hmm. And you know, you got into the White Vision, who I didn't know it actually even existed, but it brought Maximoff, it brought her full circle, and it kind of rewrote her story. It retconned her story because originally Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver were both mutants. They were Magneto's children, but they're changing it all around, and that's because of the MCU. But they kind of, you know, it with that, people started talking about Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four, the X-Men. They'll be introduced in this new phase of Marvel films. With Falcon and the Winter Soldier, though, you got the action that you wanted. That's the thing that I liked about the Captain America movies was the filming and the action sequences. And I think you got the same thing with this one, man.
It was dope.
Yes.
It was dope.
Yes. Especially that very first action sequence with the Falcon, bro.
Yeah. Truth be told, I could give a fuck about the Falcon until I saw this show. I like, man, it's the dumbest ass fucking character I've ever seen.
Truth be told, I felt like Falcon was one of them characters. They said, all right, man, we need to add a black character. Let's get that nigga some wings and let him talk to birds. Because that's his original power. He can talk to birds. And Red Wing was originally a live bird. The smart thing they did, which I thought was dope and kept in line with him being a soldier, was they gave him a fucking drone and named it Red Wing.
That was dope. Was dope. That whole, man.
Right. And so without telling the story, you actually get to see how useful this fucking thing is. You know, so yeah, man. And I'm a big fan of the Winter Soldier. I thought introducing that motherfucker was one of the best ideas, man. You give us another man out of time character. Cat got a metal arm, may not have the super soldier serum in his blood running through his veins, but he's had some enhancements, and he has his cybernetic arm that can do an array of shit. And I mean, to me, that was my favorite Marvel film alongside the Black Panther. And as far as TV series, Luke Cage, to me, Winter Soldier topped them all.
Yeah. That was the best one.
It was.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
by far.
Iron Man, I thought Iron Man was good. Hey man, look, I gotta put his name in here because it may not be the MCU, but if it wasn't for him, there would be no MCU. The Blade movies, with the exception of that third shit, the Blade set up all of this shit.
Hey man, Blade 3 was a lot better than Iron Man 3.
Big time. But what I didn't like is they wrote him out of his own shit. They made him a sidekick in his own fucking movie to introduce characters nobody cared about. I don't remember there ever being an Abigail Whistler. And Hannibal King was a vampire, but he set it up. So with the Blade films being my favorite and the first Iron Man, the more I watch Iron Man 2, I like it less. But Captain America, I didn't really care for the Thor films with the exception of the second one. I thought the third one, they were trying to make another Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians was my shit too. Ant-Man was my shit. But Winter Soldier, man, when they introduced that motherfucker, I was like, when my man came down on the hood of the car in the movie and ripped the steering wheel out,
yeah,
it's a cold motherfucker.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, Bucky is that dude. So, and the other thing I like about this, I like where they're going with him. I like where they're going with him as far as he's doing some soul searching now that he's aware. I'll just put it like that. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, go ahead.
He's going through AA for murderers, huh?
Yeah, he up at the VA getting some counseling.
It's good, man. I really dug that side story they got with the guy's dad, who he's like visiting every day and shit.
Which part was that?
So the how he's going through his list of hits.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he comes across that Asian dude, and he's going to dinner with his father, and his son his dad is like heartbroken, and his son, he has no clue what happened to him.
Let me say this: for this show to be about action, that one part hit me in the gut, man. Mm-hmm. Because for as tortured as a father is, he's equally tortured because he had no control over his actions. So now he's trying to make amends for this shit. And I just think that writing, I think they said, you know what, man, we gotta maybe not balance it out, but we gotta throw something in there to give it some substance besides the action. And I think they're doing an amazing job with that, man. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, man, gets 2 thumbs up for me, brother.
Hey, man, at least they didn't give Falcon at least they didn't give Bucky a fucking family. Like they did fucking
Hawkeye. Fucked Hawkeye up, man.
Hey, man, truth be told, nobody wanted to see a Hawkeye movie. I don't want to see a Hawkeye movie. But I would have saw a Hawkeye movie before I saw a fucking Falcon movie.
Let me tell you this. People will watch a Hawkeye movie. No, people will watch a Hawkeye movie.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. Me neither. Green Arrow, look, that Green Arrow series started off that whole DC shit on TV, man.
Yeah, it is right.
I was like, fucking Green Arrow. But for the diehard fans, they say you got to watch it, man. It's Green Arrow, it's Flash, Heroes of Tomorrow, and shit like that. But yeah,
I'd have rather seen a show with that black archer from The Boys season 2.
Black Archer.
Yeah, they got a Hawkeye character in The Boys, the show The Boys season 2. They got a Hawkeye character, but he's black.
What's his name? Quiver.
I can't remember what
it's
it was.
Quiver.
Man. That motherfucker was like, I was trying to stop a robbery. I was shooting arrows, man. They had Tech 9s. And the shit went bad, you know. Of course it would, because you walked in that motherfucker with a bunch of arrows.
Hey, man, look. I know we talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but you talking about that cat. My dude was the Daredevil cat. What did he say? He said, so you're blind, right? He said, so what happens when somebody does this? He smashed it.
That was cold.
Yeah, man. So
they did the right thing with these two characters, because it could have been worse, man.
Yeah.
It could have been way worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this next season is going to be the fucking shit.
I'm waiting. I listen, man. The Boys is some of the coldest shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Long as they don't play my homie Mother's Milk again. Long as they don't play my dude like they did in the last season. You know what I'm talking about.
I didn't catch it. What'd you say?
I said, long as they don't do my dude Mother's Milk like they did him in the last season.
Man, that was fucked up. Man, we can't go down that road. Mm-mm.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Up.
They can't do it to him again, man. They didn't have to do that to him. I was watching that shit. I was laughing, but I was like, why the fuck they do that to the brother? But
I ain't going down this road with you, man, not right now.
No, we ain't doing that. Listen, Falcon and Winter Soldier,
man. Yeah. But you know, with The Boys, I think that played a significant influence on this show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because it's a little bit more raw, and what you saw with the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League. I mean, they're starting to curse, starting to show a little bit more blood and violence. I think it changed the scope for comic based movies.
Well, you know, that's what he wanted to do, man. He's been wanting to do that since The Watchmen. It's just the pushback is, you know, the pimp game with the motherfucking companies is we got to get the kids in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if we can get the kids in there to watch the movies, the kids are going to come out. They want to go to the store, and they're going to want the action figures. They're going to want to go to McDonald's because they're going to see the cups with, you know, they're going to want the big popcorn cup with the, you know, so it's all about merchandising and sales. But Zack been on it. That was Zack. That's what Zack. Look, everybody was up in a fucking uproar during Batman versus Superman when Batman was killing motherfuckers. And they're like, oh, Batman doesn't kill. Bullshit. The original Batman carried 2 sidearms. He was a knockoff of the fucking Shadow. You know, so hey man, you know, my thing is enjoy the shit. You know, Zack Snyder is hopefully they revive the Snyderverse, and hopefully he keeps doing it just like he wants to do with it, because you know these fucking studio heads fucked it up the first time. They want Marvel. And they got Joss Whedon in there, and by the time he got done chopping and screwing the Justice League, he fucked it up. And we got, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Zack said, no, pimp, we cutting all that shit out. All right, man, you know, we taking all that out, and yeah, we gonna do what I want to do with it. So yeah, man.
It came out dope, man. And I think it's I think these changes are making comic movies a lot better for the long run.
Right. I mean, you know what? Look, there's nothing wrong with the lightheartedness. You know, that's I think that's what I loved about Ant-Man. It was lighthearted. You know what I mean? Kids could watch it. But at the same time, everything doesn't have to be for kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's more to comics than just the golden age where motherfuckers save cats out of trees. You talking about superpower beings, and you want them to just stop old women from walking in front of a fucking car. Let's see them do some shit. And like Jupiter's Legacy, Netflix, that's coming on Netflix soon. Jupiter's Legacy is supposed to be their version of The Boys. Also,
man, I hope they don't fuck this up.
What, Jupiter's Legacy?
Yeah,
I don't think they are. And there's another one called Invincible that's going to be on Amazon. That's a Image comic, and that shit it's animated though, but it's blood and all kind of shit and cursing in it. So yeah, man, we're starting to see some of the darker, more edgier shit. Because once you see Invincible and Jupiter's Legacy, hey, but I'm hoping that one day somebody hands Zack Snyder a Savage Dragon comic and tells him to call up The Rock. Because the Savage Dragon was another dark character, man. And I love the fact that this motherfucker was who he was and hated what he called super freaks. He hated these motherfuckers. He was a cop. So, yeah, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir, buddy.
That's
yes, sir, buddy. Yeah.
I mean, they what do you think is going to happen with so the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? It ended with the Smithsonian taking out Captain America's shield and giving it to some just random motherfucker.
U.S. agent. Right now, he's Captain America. In the comics, he's the U.S. agent. So what's up?
So what's coming next with that?
I think it's going to be a twist, man. I think if he's not the big bad, I think he's going to be no. I forget. I think it's Zemo is the big bad, but I think he's got a big part to play in this too. Because in the comic, he was psychotic.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm anxious to see what goes on. It comes on Fridays, right?
I think so.
Okay. So yeah, brother. I wish we can binge watch the shit, but
yeah,
they like, no, you're gonna tune in.
They want to string you along as they can.
Right.
They ain't Netflix, man.
Right.
They ain't Netflix because you'll cancel the fuck out of them.
Right. Right.
Netflix seems like the only one that ain't on that bullshit.
Seems like they what?
Amazon. Netflix and Amazon are the only two companies that seem like they're not on that bullshit where they're trying to string you along, man. They'll drop everything at the same time.
Right. Well, Amazon, this second season of The Boys, they didn't do that.
They didn't?
Nah, hell no. They pissed me off with that shit. You had to just watch that shit. You had to wait for the next week.
Oh, wow.
I didn't like that shit. They said, people were pissed off because they was like, why ain't you just drop the whole thing? Well, we want them to have that experience, to let them think about it and keep them coming back. Fuck that. Drop the shit, Nick.
Amazon probably needed to do that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, outside of The Boys, man, there's nothing I really want to watch on Amazon. I wish they would bring The Patriot back?
The Patriot?
Yeah.
I didn't watch The Patriot.
Oh, man. It's dope. It's about a CIA agent trying to get into some engineering firm.
Uh-huh.
So he can do shit overseas.
Baby,
it's fucking hilarious.
Right?
Oh, it's a comedy, man. If you got a chance, man, check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude starts folk songs. He starts doing folk music about the shit that he's done.
Is that